I don't see Lupopo coming to Sundowns to knowing well that they were the one that eliminated Pirates. So Sundowns are already waiting for them. Mamelodi Sundowns is going to beat them. Hands down.
Lupopo is not a team to write off, but I believe, and I so believe, that these are the two teams that are going to qualify.
Welcome back to EVO SPORTS. We are going to talk about the recent grouping of African Champions League. I will start with Group A. In Group A, we have All Dynamos, Pyramids, Rivers United, and RSB Berkane. Then in Group B, we have Al Ali, AS FAR, JS Kabylie, and Young Africans. Then in Group C, we have Al Hilal, St. Eloi Lupopo, Mamelodi Sundowns, and MC Algiers. Then the last group, but not the least, Group D, Petro de Luanda, ES Tunis, Simba, and Stade Malien. Then I'm going to show you the group, how the match is going to be played. The first leg will be played on the 21st of this November. Al Hilal versus AC Algiers. Sundowns versus St. Eloi Lupopo. St. Eloi Lupopo is the team that knocked out Orlando Pirates. Then Simba versus Petro de Luanda. Young African versus AS FAR. Al Ali versus JS Kabylie. ES Tunis versus Stade Malien. Pyramid versus Rivers United. That means Rivers United is playing away. Then RSB Berkane versus Power Dynamos. We are going to analyze the things that are very, very important to us here, which is Rivers United and Mamelodi Sundowns. From my right here, I have Chima Samuel. We are going to talk about the team. And my left, I have Albert Israel. We will still analyze the teams that are more important to us. So, firstly, Chima, I'm looking at Mamelodi Sundowns is hosting St. Eloi Lupopo, the team that eliminated Orlando Pirates. Do you think it's going to be an easy one for Mamelodi Sundowns come 21st of November?
Yes, it's going to be an easy one for them because Lupopo they're like new boys, they are newcomers, and even up to now, they are still having some issues. Like there's still possibility of them being disqualified from this CAF Champions League because there's a case filed against them by Pirates, concerning their coach that sat on the bench. I think he was a coach of under-20 for Congo or thereabouts, so he was giving red card also, and some little issue that which I'm still digging deep into the matter to understand, and some kind of players to eligibility of, I think, one of those players got to dualship or so. So something like that is going on right now that they are looking into the matter.
Who filed for the case?
If Pirate filing for the case,
similar thing that happened between South Africa and Rwanda.
Rwanda. Okay.
That they came complaining that why will Nigeria support Rwanda?
Okay, so yeah, this football, this
why is Pirate fighting for a case
like
that?
It's a game because if a team lose, you must check all that. At least you must lose on the you must not just lose out like that. If you lose a game and then your team, the opponent that won, you have something that you can use against them. You have to do it. That is a game. That's why we have administration in football. That's why there's rules. That's why it's called a game. So that game is to find a way to make sure you outplay your opponent both on and off the
field.
So Lupopo now, they are still the game. The thing is still dicey for them because they might be disqualified if CAF look into the matter and then agree with if CAF have to agree with Orlando Pirates. That means maybe Pirates will have to come back to the capture, but which I doubt currently. But there are some, and I feel like Mamelodi Sundowns is going to beat them hands down because I know that Sundowns, even last season, they outplayed in their group stage. Too many goals, too many winnings in their group stage. So they have a lot of good record in this CAF Champions League so far, so good. So them and Al Ali are the best team so far in Africa currently now. So I don't see Lupopo coming to Sundowns to knowing well that they were the one that eliminated Pirates. So Sundowns are already waiting for them, and that their player that used to behave as if it's on drugs. Also, there's one of their players that usually behave like it's on drugs. So I know that Sundowns are already waiting for them totally. So, but there's some interesting fact about this CAF Champions League, that I would like to read that, Al Ali have won a record 12 times in this CAF Champions League, and the money which they are fighting for is about $4 million. in this CAF Champions League. They are contesting for this money, which is a very huge money. So that was why I was surprised when Rivers United coach was saying when the time comes. So I feel like a tournament like this that boasts of $4 million US. So I think like if any sponsor is involved in the team, they should have released at least money down. Then second runners-up is going to go with $2 million US, which is a very good money. Then semi-finalists $1.2 million each.
That's okay.
Then quarter-finalists $900,000 each. Then group stage, if you come third and fourth, you are going home with $700,000.
Maybe that's what they are thinking they will get. They are aiming at.
So that's a very good work. And clubs that were eliminated in the preliminary stage got about $100,000 from CAF as a support for teams,
For coming to play.
That is for their
Attending.
expenses, you understand, for transportation, logistics. So I feel like CAF have really done so well in the CAF Champions League for teams to like small teams like this Lupopo now. And then I might not say Rivers United is a small team, but in terms of finance as well, they need the money as well. So, but Sundowns, Lupopo, Sundowns is going on. I don't see any chance of Lupopo coming to Pretoria and get even 1 point.
Anyway, that's your opinion. I'm looking at remember Lupopo eliminated Orlando Pirates. They took them to a stadium where they couldn't play well and
Sundowns is playing home now.
No, they defeated them 3-0. They came to Pirates home and played out a 3-0. In aggregate, they played out a 3-3. Defeated Pirates on penalties. I believe that the outcome of the match between Sundowns and Lupopo, the outcome of that match will determine who will go through. How about Sundowns, Mamelodi Sundowns, Lupopo? Said Eloy Lupopo.
Yeah, that match is going to be a cracker. You see, you can't conclude a game before a game starts. Every game has its own approach, its own tactics, and its own formation. You know, I used to make use of one adjective. I said, when you are a giant in a game of football, show your Goliathan height when you are in the pitch of play. Yeah, you did mention that said earlier Lupopo pulled a string with Orlando Pirates.
Which is another big side in South Africa.
Big side in South Africa. Yes, even though I see Mamelodi Sundowns as a team that will top the group, I see them basically like that. But they should be ready to see a very good fight with said Elo in Lupopo. But you see, even in African Champions League, it's not like European Champions League. European Champions League can come with flair, class of players. Yeah. You know, sometimes you may have a player in the European Championship that have a set of players that actually have almost no rival, but they'll still have people that want to contend with them. When AC Milan was in top form, you see the class of players that were there, Kaká, the Gattuso, those sort of players just found themselves there. In Liverpool as well, in Real Madrid, but in African football, you will not be able to pick out like two players that their name are overly heralded. But because of that name and their style of football, you understand, they might have achieved unprecedented success. So African football don't go with this name in quotes. It goes with what you play on the pitch and the ultimate result at the end of the day. Though in this group and CAF Champions League, all South African big boys, the Mamelodi Sundowns, the Orlando Pirates, the Kaizer Chiefs, they are big name to reckon with in African CAF Champions League. Both the Al Ahly and the host of other teams. Yes, the Egyptian Al Ahly and the host of other teams. But St. Eloy Limpopo as well must not be looked down upon. They are going to go head to head with Mamelodi Sundowns. But at the end of the day, I feel these two teams are the two teams that are going to qualify from that group. You know, as the games goes by, we'll keep analyzing them as it goes by. So until the game starts, we don't know who is going to win. We can only analyze from one or two viewpoints. So Limpopo is not a team to write off. Mamelodi Sundowns too is a big name, it's a big shoe in this tournament and both in South African League. But let's see how it pans out. But I believe, and I so believe that these are the two teams that are going to qualify from
anyway. Yeah, you've said it. I believe in African Champions League is infrastructure that matters. The only teams that has good infrastructure in Africa are the South Africa and the North African teams and that of South Africa. The rest team, I don't know if they have good stadiums or good pitches that one can play on that will give them that flair in African Champions League. Rivers United versus Pyramids. Rivers United is playing away. What do you think, or how do you think the game is going to go? Is Rivers United going to come out from that, qualify from that knockout stage or that group to another one? Or what do you think? How do you think the game will go?
Yeah, Pyramids, you know, they are the defending champion.
From Egypt?
Yeah, no. Yes, from Egypt. They are the defending champion, you know, the CAF Champions League. So And then their top goal scorer, Maela, is on form, who plays for DRT Congo. So, and
They even scored a goal that they disqualified yesterday
yes,
against
against
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Yeah. So they are in good form. They are good, actually. They might not be in form now, but they are very good. You can't, because the league just started, or you understand. So, and then the defending champion, you can't just get over like that. So but Rivers United, I don't think Rivers United stand a very big chance against them, because I watched one interview about the Rivers United coach, Finidi George. They were asking him how is he going to approach the match against Pyramids. So the statement that he used in that interview, I don't really like that such statement. So it shows how unserious our team can be sometimes. So I was expecting that, okay, we are working on it. You have seen some already, you have seen the fixtures out already. So I felt like seeing the fixtures out, knowing well that you are in the same group with this team. The next thing you should have done is to start, sending scout, checking the history of the clubs that play, checking their video clips, checking their past matches, their records, the style of play, their tactics, the coaches, all of those things that are so. But I didn't hear that from Finidi. So, but maybe he has his own way, because often you always say Finidi used to say he's a coach, he doesn't play with formation. So maybe probably on that day too now, the boy there might not be formation. So, but Pyramids as well, they entered the competition late, despite being the defending champ, because their game was delayed due to fixtures, because they played their last game against Ethiopia Insurance after playing 1-1, in their this team. No, yes.
Yeah.
So they have to Addis Ababa. So they have to come to Egypt. So the Ethiopian Insurance, they were having visa issues and all of this. And then, according to CAF rules, you must arrive the venue or the place of your match before 48 hours, so that to at least for you to relax, yes, and then understand. So anything below or more than that, the CAF will have to extend the time of the game just to create fairness. That is, if the issue is not coming from you. So that was why they postponed their game until the day they were having that feature. So immediately they finished their match, that was when the features took place. So, but for Rivers United, they will have to do a whole lot, or except if Pyramid is not on their game.
I don't believe, because of what you said, that Finidi said that when the time comes, they will do.
So I don't know when the time will
Probably financially, maybe they have not brought in licenses or provided all those things. You don't expect him to come out and say.
But the training and tactics should be going on now.
Because they might boycott that this thing. But I strongly believe that it's the financial aspect that is a factor that is made him not to say what he's supposed to say. Mr. Bat, Pyramid of Egypt versus Rivers United of Nigeria, CAF Champions League.
Yeah. It's a new one. It's a new CAF Champions League, and no game have played yet. It's on the 21st. But looking at what Finidi just said when he was interviewed in the Garden City of Port Harcourt, that when the time comes, when it's time, they're going to prepare. I don't know if that is a mind game, or just as he rightly pointed out, if money has not been given to them. But you see, there's one funny thing about Nigerian coaches especially. You've qualified for the Champions League. I want to look directly into the aspect of if the state has not produced finances or welfare packages for the team, for the traveling and logistics totally. If they have not met up to the logistics and the welfare packages, speak it out. Approach them. Let them know what is needed for these guys to perform at their optimal. But if they don't provide it, instead of you to go there and fail, there's one funny thing about Nigerian coaches. I've never seen a Nigerian coach ordinarily resign from his position if maybe what he demanded for is not being given. Some other coaches that have this integrity check, they will resign, leave the position so that they won't be blamed or faulted for anything that happened. Because I don't know if it is based on mind games or whatsoever reason why he has come out to say that. But however, you see, the game against Rivers United and Pyramid is going to be a very, very dicey one, because Pyramid was well informed for like 2 good seasons. Pyramid has been informed. But coming to this season, they have not really performed to that expectation. I really expect them to perform the way they gave up sterling performance last 2 seasons and last season. They came out the ultimate winner of the CAF Champions League last season. Now, but even Rivers United, they've not been performing as expected, even in the Nigerian league. So I'm not seeing Rivers United going there to pull even
Surprise.
a surprise in Egypt. You understand? Looking at their performance here in Nigeria, it was a team that actually performed well in the Nigerian soil, week in, week out, away and home. I would have expected them to go out there and pull a string. But looking at the game, to me, I feel Pyramid will come out the ultimate winner. But on that same group, Power Dynamos, Pyramid, Rivers United, Haru,
RSA,
Bakane. I see the Power Dynamos are a very, very good side.
Yes.
I see Pyramids. Let me just be a little bit patriotic, but Power Dynamos too are heavyweight in African football. They always pull strings anytime they come to the Africa CAF Champions League. But Pyramid, I guess they will top the table. Rivers United and Power Dynamos, they will lock ons to see who come out second on the law.
Okay. Do you have any other thing to chip before we proceed to another
No,
topic?
nothing much. I just know that Sundowns, they are my favorite in the team with Al Ali. So they have done it before. They have won the cup before. So in that their group, they are coming on top. I don't even want to know, especially all their own games in that South Africa. They are going to win everything and they'll still get some points away.
I don't believe that our viewers at home, they've heard our analysis in regards to the upcoming Champions League that will be on the 21st. Africa CAF Champions League will be on the 21st of this month. We wish our own darling Rivers United a success in this group stage, and the same thing with Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa and the rest of the teams that are going to contest or compete in this tournament. Thank you, and thank you so much.